This morning on DC News Now.
Tracking some wet weather out there this morning, but we're tracking the remnants of Debbie, bringing more wet weather on the way.
It's just getting worse and worse around here.
And people on high alert for dangerous flooding, how local leaders are helping you protect your home. Plus, diversity in medicine, improving health care for people from all walks of life. Then a local bakery rising to the occasion.
We're looking to shift employment cultures so that there's more acceptance and understanding.
Helping people with disabilities into the workforce. And a new record blooming in the district, why Cherry Blossom festivities are going down in history books.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, oops, we're on. Good morning. It is 8 o'clock right now on a Thursday morning. Yeah, it is Thursday. I'm Tanaya Wright.
Almost Friday,
Yes.
you know? Nothing
Getting
beats
there.
that. Yeah. Good morning to you, though. Happening now, heavy rain from Tropical Storm Debbie is making its way to the DMV. And this morning, we have live team coverage to help you navigate the conditions. DC News Now, Jean-Marie Sasay is live in Prince George's County, Maryland, with how you can prepare.
And our Liberty Simmons is in the district with tips to travel safely on the roads. But first, we want to check in with Jackie with what is going on right now. Jackie, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Tanaya and Corey out there right now. We have some scattered rain showers working their way through. These are associated with this boundary that's over our region. But the northernmost fringes of Tropical Storm Debbie, looks like some of those rain bands are starting to push their way in along southernmost parts of Maryland right now. Elsewhere across our area, not associated with Debbie, but Tropical Storm Debbie did make landfall earlier this morning right along the South Carolina coast, and it will start to work its way into our area, at least the northern fringes of it, working in later on this afternoon into the evening. We'll start to see some pockets of some steady to heavy rain, especially later on tonight and into tomorrow morning, back out towards our western areas. The western half of the viewing area, that is where we'll see the most rainfall with this system. But then as we look ahead towards later on tomorrow morning into the afternoon, notice how tomorrow morning, starting off with the heavy rain for the western half of the area, that will then shift its way eastward as that system is starting to be pushed out of the area. And this is where we could see some embedded downpours move their way over the district later on tomorrow morning into the early afternoon, and we could see some severe weather right along that line as well. So we'll be watching out for that for the day tomorrow. But I have more details on how much rain you can see and also what we can expect with the rest of that 8-day forecast in just a few minutes. But Shanika's back with the latest on those roadways. How's it looking at this hour?
All right, well, you're going to want to take it easy as you're heading into the early morning rush. 8 o'clock hour, we're looking at the Capitol Beltway still, topside through Montgomery County, and you're still pretty backed up. We had an earlier crash involving 2 tractor trailers, so of course, you're seeing significant delays. Flipping over so we can see the rest of your commute, a lot of red there. It does look a little bit better, though. I am seeing some improvement along the inner loop mostly. You're seeing some yellow spots there, and that crash again happened right near Georgia Avenue in the Colesville Road area. So right along that stretch is where that tractor trailer crash happened. Here's 270 out of Hyattstown heading southbound. We had a problem earlier near Maryland 80, and here's some good news, at least 66 heading westbound out of Haymarket. We had a jackknife tractor trailer earlier that did clear, so you're able to get through past 15.
All right, Shanika, thank you. Tropical Storm Debbie making its second landfall on the coast of South Carolina. The storm near Bulls Bay, and it got there around early this morning. Debbie is expected, though, to continue moving inland, impacting most of the Northeast tomorrow. That includes the DMV. And to prepare for the flood threat, officials in Prince George's County, Maryland, they're handing out free sandbags to protect homes in areas most at risk.
DC News Now, Jean-Marie Sasay is live at one of the sandbag pickup locations. And Jean-Marie, this started just a few minutes ago at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, good morning. We're here at the Beltsville location. This is one of the 3 areas that you can come out and get some sandbags here in Prince George's County, and the line was already wrapped around the corner before 8 a.m. But as you can see, they finally were able to move inside, and many people are unloading the back of their trunks to make space for the sandbags that they'll be able to put in. Many people just saying that they're trying to be proactive with the weather we saw yesterday and expect to get today and tomorrow. Now, the Prince George's County Department of Public Works and Transportation hopes to pass out hundreds of sandbags today. Every household can get up to 10, and this is for people who live in vulnerable, affected flooding areas, and even those who may live in low density housing areas. Now, you can make your way to their Brandywine, Beltsville, or DRC Road facility to get your sandbags, and this starts today. up until Saturday, and you can come between the hours of 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. Now, I spoke to one resident who was in line coming out here to get some sandbags. He said this is his first time. He loves the fact that it's free, but his home is prone to flooding, so he's trying to be as proactive as possible.
The older home that has a sump pump, and you know, with the amount of rain that we're expecting, in events like that, sometimes the sump pump can't handle that volume of water. So I just wanted to get the sandbags, kind of give myself some extra coverage.
Now, as you can see, they are loading up the back of their trucks with at least a maximum of about 10 sandbags so people can prevent their homes from getting flooded, or at least prevent it from getting it's extremely bad around this time frame. Now, do remember, you have up until 3 p.m. for today. This goes up until Saturday, so make sure when you come out here you have your ID. And according to DPW, in terms of severe weather, they are being very proactive, checking all the pumps and things around the area as well. And they do have staff for about 24-hour shifts. For now, reporting in Beltsville, Maryland, I'm Yamarie Sase, DC News Now.
Thank you, Yamarie. Well, Dominion Energy crews are stationed across Virginia, ready to respond to outages and down power lines caused by Debbie.
We're all on normal watch, get everything ready. Like, we got night crews, got a bunch of people coming in and working 24-hour shifts. So, I mean, we're always ready.
A company spokesperson says customers can prepare for the storm by charging electronics and creating a storm kit. They also stress the importance of staying away from downed wires.
If you do see a down line, first of all, assume it's energized. Keep at least 30 feet away. Keep small children away. Keep your pets away, because you take the dog out for a walk. What's the dog going to want to do? Want to go investigate.
Dominion officials say to also report any power outages throughout the company's mobile app. And a 13-month-long streak of breaking global heat records now officially over. That is all according to the European Climate Agency, Copernicus. Despite this, last month's average heat was just below last July's record-breaking temperatures. The Earth also had its 2 hottest days on record last month. Experts believe the rise in global temperature leading to more extreme weather events like hurricanes, gale-force winds, and flooding.
In Maryland, Prince George's County Police say a man is in critical condition after being shot in Oxon Hill. According to officers, he was shot on Dill Drive around 6:30 last night. At this time, no word on the suspect, and we're also working to learn more about the victim. Be sure to stay with DC News Now, both on air and online, for the latest. And Maryland's Department of Transportation trying to save people thousands of dollars. The agency's Motor Vehicle Administration is giving out catalytic converter labels for free to deter thieves. Officials say the labels have an identification number, making them traceable by law enforcement. The department says customers can request the labels through their MyMVA account. Now, the labels are free and available on a first-come, first-served basis. Time right now is 8:07 in the district. Today, prosecutors in the murder trial for the former D.C. employee accused of killing a 13-year-old boy last year are expected to wrap up. Jason Lewis is on trial for the murder of Karan Blake. Now, Lewis claims he shot the teen in self-defense outside his home on Quincy Street in Northeast after hearing noises and confronting Karan. Police say Lewis fired 3 times, and at least one of those bullets hitting the teen in the back. Also, jurors learned Lewis did CPR on Karan until officers arrived. We will have more on today's trial on later editions of DC News Now.
Your time right now is 8:08. A Metro train operator was found running a train just hours after drinking alcohol before their shift. That is according to a commission that tracks safety on WMATO's Metro Rail.
Yeah, the safety report calling on Metro to do a better job on making sure operators are fit for duty. DC News Now's Tosa Fakile in studio this morning with the latest details on what happened in Tosa, and that operator working in this condition, we're told, for over an hour.
Yeah, Corey, that's correct. This incident really bizarre. The report says the train operator, who was also tired, moved a train through 6 stations without stopping, stopped at other stations in the wrong position, suddenly braking, and other safety instances. And all this kept happening for about 2 hours before that operator was removed. This incident happened September 2023. What you're looking at is the document during that investigative interview. The train operator said they drank alcohol before their shift and thought out they stopped drinking before midnight. That operator's shift started at 5:45 in the morning. That's a 6-hour gap between when they believe they stopped drinking and when they got to work. The report showing several safety issues, including train operator turning off the lights in the passenger area of the train, not responding to multiple radio contacts from traffic controller, stopping halfway into platforms or beyond the platforms. That report says rail traffic controllers did nothing to remove speed commands, remove power, or stop the train.
Reading between the lines here, but essentially for 2 hours we had the risk of a collision if the operator didn't respond, didn't stop, continued to operate the train erratically as he was. Is that correct?
That's correct.
The report also calls out Metro for insufficient fitness for duty checks of its operators. Now, Metro put out a response following this report, the transit body stressing safety is one of its core values. It says in part, quote, Metro administers a drug and alcohol program in compliance with Federal Transit Administration requirements, which includes random and post-accident testing for safety-sensitive employees. It goes on to say over the past 3 years, Metro's positive test results have been below the industry average of 1.09%. Now, the report showed because of the investigation, Metro Rail developed and is in the process of implementing related corrective action plans. One corrective action plan includes reviewing displays in the control center that can identify when a train is stopped for an extended period. Officials also say the operator of that train is no longer with Metro. Tanaya?
Thank you, Tosin. A Rockville-based nonprofit is baking a brighter future. Sunflower Bakery is getting $75,000 from Maryland's 2 senators for helping people with learning challenges find employment. It helps people find jobs in the culinary and hospitality fields. The specialized school works with students for 26 weeks. It hopes to increase employment for people with disabilities in Maryland. The executive director hopes that it can make the workforce more accepting.
We're looking to shift employment cultures so that there's more acceptance and understanding for people with learning differences coming into the workforce.
Sometimes it feels like it's really hard to stand on the same footing as other people, but in reality, you're the same too. Your brain just works a little differently.
Sunflower Bakery wants to use the money to expand its program by adding more training programs and a second location. All right, 8:11 now on a Thursday. Staying safe on your commute.
Yeah, we'll give you some safety tips on how to navigate the roads during potential heavy rain and flooding. Plus, Olympic champion Noah Lyles returning to the track today. How his hometown, Alexandria, is cheering him on.
But first, taking a live look outside. Jackie, what can people expect when they head out?
Now, while scattered rain and thunderstorms expected through the day today, and certainly we'll see heavy rainfall as we look ahead towards tomorrow, and that is when we'll really see the remnants of Debbie really taking over across the area. But I'll have more details when we finally get a break from the rain and also look at those temperatures too. That's all right after the break.